Welcome back, everyone. We are doing our first um, discussion or lecture on research proposal part one. Here we are going to be talking about what is a proposal. In this lecture is more important for those people who wants to join their who are planning either to register for master's degree in research or PhDs in research. What is it? What is a proposal? It is a research proposal. Describe what you will investigate, why is it important, and how you will conduct that study. That's the basic. I know there's so many definitions out there, but I want to make it very simple for you. When you're writing your proposal, you have to tell us what you intend to investigate and why do you want to investigate that. Some of people mention that as justification of the study and how you will intend to conduct, which is your methodology part of the study. Why is writing a proposal important? Yes, it is important. There are so many reasons why writing a proposal is very important, but I have just mentioned two things here. First, the proposal helps you to think about the focus of your research, which is very important. We need to know what exactly are you focusing on, because there are so many things that you can focus on. Let me talk about cancer, for example. You can focus on the awareness of different stakeholders, awareness in terms of, you can focus on nurses, you can focus on doctors, you can focus on the community and all other stuff. So it's very important for us to know what is your focus. Also, proposal helps us to map or help you to map your objectives. It's one way or the other. When you are focusing your study, you are also clarifying your objectives. Formats. There are different formats used in different universities, different fields or discipline. So there, you don't expect to see one format from one university to another. So that is very important for you to understand that different universities or colleges or faculties or departments, they adopt different formats. So you need to follow your formatting so religiously. It does not matter what we tell you to do, but if you have got your format that you have been given by your department, by your lecturer, that's what you need to follow. Also, don't take format from one university to another university. It does not work like that. If you do that, you might see that you might get a lot of challenges in terms of supervisors rejecting your format. Then, still on format, there's general things that we expect to see. The first of all is most of the proposals length is defined. How long your proposal should be. Don't exceed that length. If it's 3,000 words, try to stick to 3,000 words. Research title, make it very clear. Some will say we want 7. It should be 7 worded. It should have 7 words. Some will, there are so many different specs for you to follow when you are writing your title and how you are supposed to present your title page. It's very important for you to adhere to that. Then introduction. There are some supervisors who says they want you to first write an introduction. I know it's very difficult because most of you guys, you write your introduction to the end. When you finish, that's when you come to the introduction. But it's also possible for you to start with the introduction. We will talk about it. That's what exactly are we looking at if we say start with the introduction. What is it that we will be looking at? Then the other thing that we expect is your literature review. The literature review in this proposal, we just want you to demonstrate that you understand the discipline, you understand the field in which you want to carry your research. And we don't want you to go more into so many books, whatever. Maybe 20 for masters is enough. 20 publications should be enough for you to write your literature review. You can go for more, but try also to shorten, because you don't have much time to you don't have a lot of space to write about about everything that you're going to read. Then methodology. Research methodology. Here we are talking about the paradigm. Which paradigm are you going to use? Which design are you going to use? Some of the lecturers or some of the universities include the theoretical framework or conceptual framework under methodology, but others they want to include it under literature review. So you just need to know where your theoretical framework go. We're going to discuss more about theoretical framework. What is it? Because I know most of the people they don't understand what theoretical framework is and what you use it for. Then problem or thesis statement. To me, I don't want you to complicate things. It's just it is a problem. It is the real problem. So if you are investigating about on the low literacy rate, for example, there's low literacy rate in South Africa, or kids or learners are not performing so well, that is your problem. You don't overcomplicate. If there is issues of violence, women abuse, that is a problem that you are investigating. Poverty or food insecurity, that is the problem. So you need to don't overcomplicate. I know most people overcomplicate what is a problem statement, what is a thesis problem. To me, this is what you are going out there to find out. This is what you are going out there to investigate. This is what you are going out there to research. This is what we want to see in that problem statement. And the format of writing a problem statement differs. Some universities might say, we just want one statement. Some universities say, oh no, we want a paragraph. Some colleges say, no, we want. So it is no, there is no one way of doing this. There are several ways, and you just need to understand from which college you're coming from. Conclusion, of course. Then we have got the timeline. It's very important for you to tell us when you tend to start and when you tend to finish. Then the proofread for errors. We'll talk more about proofreading for errors as one of the tips as well. Right, tips for how to write. This is more about tips. So we're gonna be talking more of tips. First, number one, communicate clearly. I always say writing a thesis is not different from writing a novel. When you're writing a novel, you are communicating a story. When you are writing a thesis, you are also communicating a story to the people. I know most people might not understand, might not get what I'm trying to say, but as we go, you're going to understand that writing a novel and writing a thesis is just the same thing. Then introduce details gradually. You don't need to introduce all your details in the first introduction, then you finish there. You need to introduce these issues as we go, as you tell your story, as you journey with us in your story. You introduce your details gradually. You need also to analyze your subject. Where are you? To whom are you writing to? Your proposal to. Don't forget that if you are writing your proposal for academic, those mainly the reviewers would have reviewed more than 1,000 proposals before, and those most of those reviewers are publishers already, so they know your area. So it's very important that you also know to whom you are writing your proposal to. You need to demonstrate your understanding. In case that you are writing for academic purposes, you need to demonstrate understanding of the subject area, because the people that are reviewing your proposal, they know the area, they understand your area better than you. So you need to make sure that you demonstrate to them that you understand the field of study. Allow time to write your proposal and do not rush. Most of the students, they wait to the last minute. They register in January, February, March. Then they disappear from the academic world. Then they start coming back in somewhere in August. Then they disappear, come back again in September. Then when the supervisors are now putting pressure on them, that's where they start trying to write. They give themselves a week to write a proposal, submit it. It's not going to work. So you need to make sure that you give your time to write a proposal. Make sure that you acknowledge other publishers referencing that we talked about. I don't think we need to talk about that more. But we'll be talking of how to paraphrase. It's very important. How can we paraphrase to make our life very easy? Bear in mind that individuals reviewing your work will often have to read large number of volumes. So well presented and clearly written proposals are more likely to stick in the viewer's mind, which is very important. You need the reviewer to come back to your proposal and say, yes, you know what, I've gone through 10 proposals, but there's only one proposal that was the best, that stood out, and that proposal should be for you. Make sure that your research ideas and questions are clearly stated. It's very important. Your problem, your questions, your objectives should be clearly stated. Proposal do not have to be set in a stone. Here what I mean is a proposal is evolving. You need to know that your idea, as you read, you're going to get new insight, and the new insight are in the reading. So you're going to get new insight as you continue reading, and that might also change for your proposal slightly. Make sure that the scope of your study is reasonable and realistic. That is one of the most important thing. And in most dissertation, they actually requires you to write scope of your study. We'll talk about that, but it has to be realistic. When there are most of the students, when they're writing the proposal, they want to write unrealistic scope because they think that supervisors or the professors out there, they are looking for something that is huge. They're not looking for things that are huge. They are looking for things that are reasonable and realistic. That's what they're looking for. They are looking for a study that has got a high likelihood of completion, not a study that they know that the student will not even complete it. Make sure that your writing is clear, concise, and coherent. This is very important. We're going to talk about this a lot because at a master's level, PhD level, we expect you to be able to write. We expect you to be able to express your ideas clearly. We expect you to be able to construct a sentence, a topic sentence, support it with supporting sentence, give examples, and conclude your paragraph with a concluding statement, introduce new statement as you go like that. So we'll talk also about that. Make sure that your passion for the research topic shines through. Oh, that is very important. Most of you guys, you don't show the passion. You need to show the passion in your writing that, you know what, this is the area that I have been, that I wanted to do so many years. And yes, it's very important. Then make sure that your proposal contains no errors. Proofreading is very important. At times your proposal might not be the best proposal, but if it's well proofreaded and your supervisor understands where you are coming from, where you are going, it makes it easier for her or for him to guide you in the process. So in the next session, we'll just be talking about topic selection. How are we going? What is the best way to select the topic, and in writing an introduction? As I explained to you, that some supervisors will say, "Can you please write the introduction?" When you're writing a proposal, it's a one different proposal. Some will say, "Please write the problem statement." Some will say, no, don't write to say problem, just start from the start. Start with the background of start. These are all approaches that we have when we are writing a proposal. So we'll be going through all those approaches of writing a proposal, so that when you are ready to write a proposal, at least you know where to start and where to end. So I hope this lecture was helpful to you and you enjoyed it. Please send your comment to me so that I can also improve in one or two areas. Thank you so much. Bye.